How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing you guys a brand new Warau Salesman episode discussion, and for today's segment, guys, we're going to be talking about is episode 8. And in this episode, folks, I actually want to break this into 2 parts, as you know, every single episode is always in 2 acts. Yes, 2 acts, and it's very interesting the fact that, you know, most of these acts, they can actually be elaborated into a full episode every time I'm watching it, because of the fact that just seeing each and every one of the characters that Moguro actually encounters, there's so much that could be going on with more. But because of the way that the authors go about this, they actually go very quickly. And I'm wondering too, I wonder how long the season is going to be, guys. Because honestly, again, they've done pretty much a lot of ideas. But there's one recurring theme that they actually keep doing every single time in every single episode that I personally kind of notice it all the freaking time. And that is that the male characters always seem to fall victim to Moguro's case because of their selfishness and you could say lust for women, or love, you could say, of some sorts. Because of the fact that in part 1, we notice that there's a screenwriter who's always having terrible dreams, and he's actually trying his best to go to sleep and try to have a regular everyday life. But the thing about it that makes it interesting is the fact that Moguro gives him these pills, kind of like Advil pills, think of them, so he can go to sleep better. And his lucid dreams will actually go away, and he'll actually have pleasant dreams instead. So that way he can actually finally get his work at hand. Because remember, guys, he's a screenwriter. So, of course, on top of all that, it makes sense as to why this person's actual dreams are actually bottled up in this person. Because the fact that you kind of see that as a screenwriter, you have deadlines, you have punchlines, you have also the fact that you have to write basically almost a lot of information down for itself. But to me, in my honest opinion, it seems that the guy he was having horrible dreams is because of the fact that it's actually his stress accumulating on his body, and that's his body's way of telling him that you're tired, you're a very old man at the same time too. So that's the body's way of reacting to stress itself. Because remember, guys, everybody reacts to stress differently, and because of that, having horrible dreams is another way of having the stress accumulate on the body. But the fact that it made me interested, the fact that that this person, he gave no he had no feelings or regrets to take so many pills, because Moguro stated to only have 1, but yet he took in like about 15 to 10 pills, folks. That's what kind of made me kind of like, oh god, is this guy gonna... Honestly, the way the direction I was going in the beginning of the part 1, I really thought that the guy was gonna be in a coma. I really thought so. You know why? Because of the fact that he took so many pills, I thought he might have OD'd. I really thought that this anime was gonna go towards that dark route and actually showcase a death scene right there. Because my god, those are a lot of pills, and if those pills were to do something with the brains, I feel like they might have to do with something with at least near LSD or at least some what's it called? Can't even pronounce it right. At least there are some kind of methamphetamines or some sorts. But the point is that it's interesting seeing that in this episode. Now, part 2 still goes towards that dark route in the sense of how Warau Salesman kind of embodies himself. But the thing about that in part 2 that kind of just triggers me a little bit is the fact that he broke this character. He broke him. It didn't really necessarily teach him a lesson. In more of the case, Moguro broke this character, and he just took pride and joy into it. And I thought to myself, my god, man, if I ever see Moguro in life, personally, I would just say no to everything. But knowing Moguro's case, he actually would love and torment me, and that's how he will actually get his fulfillment. Seeing as Moguro seems like this kind of devilish character that he'll win regardless. He'll get what he wants. That's very interesting, guys. But like I said, part 2 it just deals with customer service and seeing a client as a taxi driver. And he's having a hard time actually adjusting to people's actual needs, because he has to abide by the company's rules. But of course, as taxi drivers, you can't be too lenient on some stuff. But this taxi driver, of course, he was very lenient with many people that they kind of ran over him. And by ran over him, I mean they were overbearing this taxi driver. And that's the thing about it in customer service, the fact that there is a very thin line when you're handling with customers, that if you can't be overbearing back at the guests, and the fact that the guests are being overbearing at you. So it's more or less to say it's knowing what to say to your guests to handle the situation. And you see that this person had a confidence. He had problems with his own confidence. And it's funny because Maguro actually even stated in the episode that you had the confidence all along. You just needed something to actually push it. And what I laughed, guys, what I freaking laughed was the fact that it was the mustache. And I thought to myself, because I work in customer service, and I thought to myself, maybe if I have a longer mustache, would that make me more cynical? Like, honestly, I was debating that when I was watching this episode. That, in a sense, was freaking hilarious, folks. I'm not gonna lie, he kind of like Wario from the freaking Mario game, guys. I swear, it was freaking hilarious. But, like I said, I did like the themes that they're going with part 2, and that, in a sense, is handling guests themselves, and actually learning the thin lines, actually in human psychology too. Is the fact that these dark themes that they kind of embed in the Warau Salesman is actually pretty interesting. But like I said, that's it for today's segment, guys. Like, I probably think that I said everything that I might have needed to say. But let me know down in the comments as to what are your guys' thoughts on episode 8, as it was a very interesting episode. And I actually enjoyed the Warau Salesman episodes because there's a very good pacing that goes throughout with them. Yes, most of the stuff is actually very, you could say, one-shot episodes, but that's about it. But you don't really need to have a full story with them. But at the same time, some of these scenes, they can actually go for a full episode. Honestly, just the way seeing the characters, like the main character in this one in part 2, the taxi driver, I feel like that kind of gone for like a whole episode, or the one from part 1 too. It could have expanded to a whole episode. I wonder if they're gonna actually create in the next episode is the fact that they're gonna embed 2 stories into one to make it a full episode. That'd be interesting, seeing 2 people actually get tricked in the Warau Salesman at the same time. That'd be interesting. But like I said, let me know down in the comments. And as always, guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. And as always, hope you can see you guys in the next video. But peace out.